feedback were you getting from the car?
None. I was gonna battle 17 into 2, and by the time I was ready to touch the pedal, it just went to the floor, and so brakes exploded. So I hate it. 2-3 good races in a row, then here we go with the bad luck again. But hey, MJ told me there's no such thing as bad luck, so we create our own luck. It's apologize to the racing gods. This weekend sucked, aside from practice, but that pays nothing. Hate it for my guys. Hate it for McDonald's. We knew it was going to be a grind, and I was mentally prepared for that all day. As frustrating as it gets here to not be able to pass here at Pocono, we were just going to take our lumps and march our way through and set ourselves up for the end of the race, and brakes didn't want us hanging around that long.
With it being a brake issue as the root cause, do you think your teammate Tyler Reddick should be concerned?
Race your own race. Don't worry about the things you can't control, pal.
And while they were talking there, you saw caution flag is out 4 times today. Debris on the front straightaway.
Yeah, the 71 had the brake failure on the right front down the front straightaway. Eventually,
I will say, interesting location.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have been on entry.
Of
but,
course, yeah.
You know, obviously that's where it happened. It was pretty clear, but
he's lucky. One of the lucky ones to have it fail in a situation where you can avoid any contact with the outside retaining wall. And apparently NASCAR has found some of that debris, and concerning because this front straightaway, these drivers use all of it, right? Breaking the draft, going 3-4 wide, way down the racetrack. So probably in a situation where it was not much choice but to err on the side of safety.
And you saw the 21 and the 19 both had hit pit road under green. I just bring that up because, you know, we continue to talk about you got to keep coaching, right?
Fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel for Alex Bowman.
Chris Buescher, Joey Logano coming down pit road here, 17 to go in the stage. So obviously this will get everyone to the end of the stage here and also gets them in a window to maybe split the rest of the 82 laps in half. Buescher said the car really good and much more manageable in traffic. And also Joey Logano said his car just got better the longer they ran. Denny Hamlin on pit road as well said his car just a little bit too free. And look at that drag race, 3 wide off pit road, Adam.
Yeah, this place is entertaining. That pit lane is so wide. It's fun to watch them run off. We'll reset the running order when we return to Pocono. As they stayed out here, 15 to go, stage 2. Stenhouse outside of Hocevar.
Oh man, Brad doesn't get to the back bumper of the 47. Advantage right now on the bottom of the racetrack with Hocevar. The push coming from Briscoe. They're going to clear pretty easily down into turn 1. At least the 77 is clear. Stenhouse going to try to stay on that back bumper. He can't do it.
Look at Briscoe. He pushed the 77 out there. 19 coming through, trying to take the top spot. Racing for the lead down the long pond straightaway. He cuts up in front of him. Briscoe in charge of the field.
Hocevar could have side drafted on the outside, decided not to. That allowed the 47 to jump to his outside. He's kind of surprised by that now. Hocevar ducks into 3rd. Byron back there into 5th around Keselowski.
I was saying the trend continues for the 77 to not put a big fight up on the 47.
He wanted so bad.
Right there, he loses a ton of momentum. Big crash behind.
Christopher Bell involved, Shane Van Gisbergen, Ty Dillon, Kyle Busch. Caution number 5, and it comes out with just over 10 laps remaining, stage 2.
It's been a tough several months for this 20 car. They came out of the gate starting the season off looking like championship favorites, 48-16.
You see Hocevar? I mean, he's the one that always lets it hang out, and he stayed just off the wall as he squeezed it up off of turn 3.
Yeah, he said, I hit that thing
the 5 in the wall right there now.
Again.
Josh Berry, give him some track position, making it work. 2nd behind Briscoe, and the 19 not driving away. On board Hamlin.
Josh just run the fastest lap of the race right there. This track gets faster and faster as we get later in the afternoon.
Well, why do we talk so much about fuel? That fastest lap for Josh Berry was 10 laps on his tires. So those Goodyear tires just hold on for grip.
4 to go on the stage. Here's Hocevar looking for more outside of Logano. What's up, Trevor?
Yeah, guys, we saw the follow the leader off the corner where it gets really flat. You lose all visibility if you can't see around the car in front of you. And said, I'm just going to go on him. When he gets to me and pushes me, I'm going to take off, knowing that Byron really couldn't see the restart zone that well.
Dale, you talked about that. We were out there in the pace car about how the restart zone, there are a couple marks in the fence, but it's really hard to see on the ground or on the wall.
Yeah, when you're behind all those cars, if you're in the, the 4th, 5th, 6th row or on back, sometimes you can't even see those cones on the fence. You kind of just look in front of you a couple rows and watch the C-post or the roof of the car in front of you move. When they move, you get ready. Here comes the 6th to pit road, going to flip the stage.
Absolutely. Planned pit stop for the 6th, Trevor.
And Brad Keselowski coming down. They've recovered well from that penalty earlier. Thankfully, pit road's open this time for these guys. They're going to put 4 tires on a fuel here, flipping the stage, as you mentioned. Also, Eric Jones hitting pit road. He was inside the top 10. Another good run for this Legacy Motor Club Toyota.
Legacy's been great this weekend. We talked about John Hunter Nemechek early and their performance in qualifying. Eric Jones spent a lot of time up in the top 10 or 12, 42 in, making a stop as well.
Yeah, Brad's been very vocal where they're at in the points, way back in the 30s, that it's a must win. That's the path to the playoffs. So no surprise he wasn't concerned about points. Wow, big